All right, so when we look at our page of directions here, I'm going to start with you when we get to this point. So make sure that you have your little circle that I sent for you. It was in your bag. Grab a pencil, make the marks just like that. Essentially, it's like a plus sign, and then turn it, and then there's another one, but you can do it any way that you want. And then you'll take your scissors, cut right on those little marks around the edges, and then you have the yarn that I put in your baggie for you. It is 7 strands, and you want to go ahead and poke the hole in the middle and then push where the knot gets kind of caught on one side. So the underneath side should look like this at this point. And we've used this one a lot at my house, and so our hole is getting a little bit more loose, but you can always re-knot it again, and then it'll stick a little bit better, but I'm still gonna try and use it right now. So this is the back side. This is the back side on this side, and then you are actually going to be turning that over. And just as the directions say here, it says clip 1 piece of yarn into each slot except the top slot. So I'm going to say that this is my top slot here. So I am going to clip into all the little cuts. And you can kind of decide if you like the colors, if there's certain colors you want next to each other, or I might spread that orange out just a little bit to the other side. You can do it however you want to. I might do the green next to the minty, and we'll do orange next to the blue since they are best friend colors. All right, so now it kind of looks like a jellyfish. You have the empty slot at the top, just like it tells you to, and then the underside has all of our little jellyfish legs, like this. All right, so I know that I kind of did the stars on the next. We're on step number 8. It says, to help identify, I have labeled the top slot number 1, so pretend that there is a star there, but this is the number 1 slot. And then the next one, the number 2, is going to be this slot right here. So 1 and 2. And these are the only 2 little slots that you use really in this entire process. So just so you know, that's where I'm going there. I'm going to turn my page. So what it says here is to move the number 2 yarn, which was this one, because I still have my empty one at the top, my number 1 at the top, to move the number 2 into the number 1 empty slot. So here I go. So here's my number 2. I'm going to take it out. Now it's free, and I'm going to bring it up and clip it in to my number 1 spot. Now I need to have the empty one at the top again. So in step number 11, it says then rotate, and you see the arrow going down. Rotate circle as shown until the empty slot is back at the top. So here I go. The arrow says to go this way. So swoop, just like that. And now I have my empty one at the top, and now it's set up exactly like it was just a minute ago. So same thing again. Now the empty slot is back at the top. So that's the number 1 spot. Here is my number 2 spot. So it's exactly opposite, but the one next to it. So it's always going to be the same slot. So here I go. Now my gray is the one that needs to move. So I pick it up and I drop it and clip it into the top. Now it's got to move again. Remember, it always, just like our arrow shows here, it goes this way. So we turn it like opposite of a clock, so counterclockwise. So here it goes. Zoop, back at the top. Here we go. This is the one that we are moving to the top. So I grab my blue from underneath and I pull it up, and it's got to go to the top. Empty one. there it is. So I'm sure you know what to do now. We're gonna scoot to the top again, counterclockwise, empty. This is our one that we love. We pull it up and we put it in. And this is all you do for as long as you want to at a time. You can set it down, and they're all stuck and like carefully put in here, so it's an easy project to set down and then pick up whenever you want to start it again. This is such a fun project. You can just do it. You can do it wherever you want to, in the car, in front of a movie, anywhere you'd like. And then you will, here's my empty one, you will always just be able to pick it up and keep going. And then at the end of it all, down here, this is where your bracelet is growing. So it slowly grows. So it is something that's going to take you a little bit of time, but not too much. You can kind of see it in there. I'll keep going just for a second and you'll be able to see it a lot more. As I'm doing this for a second, and since you're here with me, this song, so every art project, you know, as you know very well at this point, we are doing the Beatles, and you have been doing it all year and have learned so much. This song, whenever I think of any art project, I'm always thinking, for you guys, I'm always thinking, okay, how am I gonna tie in the Beatles? What are we gonna do for this? So this project, I actually, and I didn't write this in here in your instructions, but I actually think that this one was called With a Little Help from My Friends, because you were able to take these and give them to your friends and share them as a friendship bracelet and send it in the mail if you want to. B has been doing that and has gotten some, but also another song that I thought that you might enjoy listening to with this one that it reminds me of a lot is actually a song that John Lennon wrote after the Beatles ended, and it was called Watching the Wheels, and it's one of my most favorite songs, so that would be a cool one to listen to, because this reminded me of a wheel, and it's watching the wheels go round and round, and it actually has been a great song to listen to during this whole time that we've been in, because it's about kind of enjoying the simple time. So I'd love it if you played Watching the Wheels and tell me what you think about it. All right, so in a second here, I should be able to have a little bit more. Yeah, so now back to our jellyfish side. On the back, you can see how our bracelet is forming there. And this one actually is so pretty. I love seeing all those colors. Remember, you don't have to use yarn with this project. You can use embroidery thread, you can use fabric scraps, you can do whatever you want to and make whatever kind of little friendship bracelet you would like. So so this keeps going. Do it over and over again until it is about this long or so that you'll be able to tie a knot at the end and then have it as your bracelet. All right, that should be good. Let me know if you need any other help, and send it to somebody. Make someone happy. All right, bye guys.